Nightmares sitting at 59 points, and we are less than 2 minutes into the second half. We're already going into Jam 3. Jamming now, Hotcakes for the Nightmares is going against Bertha Blue Blazes for Twin State Derby. Both jammers in the pack. Pack is moving with them. Hotcakes gets recycled and re-enters, gets a track cut call, is headed to the box, giving Bertha Blue Blazes and Twin State Derby a power jam advantage. Twin State blockers doing what they can to force a hole for Bertha Blue Blazes. Unable to get through, she gets recycled back. Nightmares blockers doing a very good job, starting to bridge now, getting a little bit of separation between them, and Bertha Blue Blazes is able to get through, finally picking up those 5 points. Hotcakes is standing, she is back on the track. That was a fairly effective penalty kill, with only 5 points scored during the power jam opportunity. Hotcakes has the star in hand. It appears she is only stashing it as she continues to move forward and then gets hit to the outside. Hotcakes is recycled back to the edge of turn 3, while Bertha Blue Blazes makes it through the pack for another 5 points. Jam has about 20 seconds left. Bertha Blue Blazes is making her way through for another scoring pass. And the ref holds up a big 4 points. This is one of the bigger jams that we've seen during this bout, and Bertha Blue Blazes is not about to stop. Makes her way through the pack yet again, scores another 4 points, leaving the Nightmares scoreless on that jam. Twin State Derby sitting at 104 points, past the century mark. Nightmares sitting at 59 points. Oh, and a slight adjustment. Twin State Derby was able to find another 4 points on the floor somewhere. They are now sitting at 108. We are 26 minutes in, and only on Jam 3. That was a very, very long jam compared to the rest of what we've seen during this bout. Big hit on White Lie. And White Lie called for a track cut heading to the penalty box. Looks like there's going to be a jammer do-si-do go on. That means this is going to go a full 2 minutes as well. For what started out in the first half of being very quick jams, we are starting the second half with much longer jams going those full 2 minutes. Bertha Blue Blaze is able to pick up lead jammers through and about halfway through the pack again. White Lie is back in the pack. She's on the track. And it appears that she just got called for yet another track cut. Not quite sure what happened there. White Lie is back, and Bertha Blue Blazes Twin State Derby has another power jam opportunity. Low block on number 13. Slay West sends the Nightmares pivot to the box as well. Bertha Blue Blazes coming around, making another scoring pass. Trying to make some distance between the two teams. Puts up another 5 points for Twin State Derby. White Lie meeting a lot of resistance from that blue team, Upper Valley Vixens, but is through the pack as well. That is her initial. Bertha Blue Blazes calling it off before White Lie can score any points. Bertha being able to put up another 2 points, making the total 120 for Twin State Derby to 59 for the Nightmares. It's about 23 minutes left in this half, and we are on Jam 5. Coming up to the line now, it appears we have Biohazard Jis about to take on number 21, who is Foxy Moneybags. Foxy Moneybags making quick work of the Twin State Derby braced wall, able to find a hole, gets lead jammer and is already back to the back of the pack and about to score a couple points. Able to pick up 3 points for the Nightmares while holding Twin State Derby to 0. Both teams again skating very, very well. And even though there's about a 60-point differential, it is not showing the amount of athleticism that we are seeing out on the track. Speaking of athleticism, we are going to see Chickadee Wallop, who has been an extremely speedy jammer over the last half. She gets recycled back. As I say that, Hit Girl also gets hit. She is a little slow to get up, but she is up, getting recycled back. Chickadee Wallop is your lead jammer. Hit Girl slowly re-enters the pack. She is back in though, so there was no injury on that. Chickadee Wallop is on her scoring pass. Hit Girl takes that star off. Looks like she's looking for some help. Decides to keep it. And is through the pack, putting the star back on. Successful stash. She is now on her scoring run. Chickadee Wallop continues to fight. As soon as she is through, she gets the call to continue skating. A lot of faith by Twin State Derby coaches to call that as a continue. Looks like a high block call gets called on Hit Girl. Looks like the bet paid off. And now Chickadee Wallop gets the call to call the jam off. That way they'll be able to start the next jam with a power start. And I had no idea, but there is a llama here in the broadcast booth and now starting her scoring run. And Pale Raptor gets called for a forearm penalty. She is making her way to the box now. Switching roles now. The power jam opportunity goes back to the Nightmares. Hit Girl is on her run. Hit Girl reaching the back of the pack now. Doing what she can, picking off defender after defender. 5 big points moving towards the Nightmares scoreboard. We are at about 19 minutes and seeing some serious action going on this track. Pale Raptor is out of the pack or out of the penalty box again. On her run, picking up a quick 4 points as she weaves her way through the pack. Not sure they were ready for her. Both jammers now through. They are back in the packs. This will go a full 2 minutes, of which there are 20 seconds left of it. Both team defenses are doing a great job of bracing their walls and moving the jammers towards those outside and inside lines, and then recycling back when they're able to. That Nightmare defense was unable to do so, however, in that last one for Pale Raptor. She picks up another few points. The total now, Twin State Derby looking at 137 points. Central New York Nightmares are sitting at 79. We have 18 minutes remaining in this half. And we are on jam number 7. of this action-packed bout of what has been a phenomenal weekend of men's and women's roller derby here at Battle of Bunker Hill Invitational 2018. Jamming for Twin State Derby now, we have Bertha Blue Blazes. She is jamming against Hotcakes for the Nightmares. Both jammers having an issue finding a hole that they can get through. And Bertha Blue Blazes called for a track cut as she was about to make her way through. She's going to the penalty box. Hotcakes able to find a line. She is not only lead jammer, but Nightmares now have a penalty or a power jam opportunity. We'll see what they can do with it. Quick little hop on that apex jump gives Nightmares another 5 points. She's coming around for another scoring pass. Her blocker's doing a phenomenal job of waiting and forcing a hole big enough for her to score yet another 5 points. Nightmares increasing their score up to 88. Found another on the floor, cutting on that differential that Twin State Derby has built up. Seeing a little bit of movement down on the track now. Coaches are coming up and talking to the refs. Not sure if this is going to lead into anything. And there it is, timeout for the Vixens. Twin State Derby has called a timeout. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has been helping out and volunteering here at this invitational tournament, especially not only the officials, excuse me, but the medics who have been on hand, who unfortunately have really earned their pay this weekend. They have gone above and beyond the call of duty, and there have been a couple times where it almost looks like the medics were able to respond to injuries before the refs even started blowing the whistle. They are on it. They have done a great job. Thank you very much for all your work and being out here to support roller derby and keep everybody safe and healthy. Timeout has come to an end. Skaters are starting to make their way back to the track. And we're about to kick off jam number 9. We are about halfway through our second half of action. Twin State Derby sitting at 137. Your Central New York Nightmares are sitting at 89. It appears Nightmare is starting in a power jam. White Lie makes her way up. Bertha Blue Blazes finishes her penalty. She is also back out on the track, but not before White Lie is through and picks up lead jammer for the Nightmares. She is coming up quick, but not before Bertha Blue Blazes is able to make her way back to turn 1. That jam gets called off. It looks like 4 points are going back up on the board for the Nightmares. Twin State Derby able to pick up 2 for themselves. Score is currently 139 to 93. We are at 15 minutes and 24 seconds left of this bout. And I'll tell you, I am absolutely lost for words because no matter what the score says, the amount of activity and athleticism we have been seeing from these two teams has been remarkable. The jammers are facing very strong walls on both sides, and it just happens that they're able to squeak by those braced walls enough to score points on rare occasions. Bertha Blue Blazes for Twin State Derby gets recycled all the way back to the jam line. Foxy Moneybags still having an issue pressing against that wall that is Wild Rumpus. Hershey Bad now the source of pain that Foxy Moneybags is running into. And now Twin State Derby able to regroup a little bit and start bracing that wall. We are a minute into this jam. Both jammers are still fighting against those walls, fighting against the defenders, getting recycled. We have 52 seconds left in this jam. Biohazard just picked up lead jam status. This has been an extremely hard-fought jam for both teams. And you can see the frustration and how tired some of these skaters are right now. Both teams working extremely hard and still very, very clean. Some minor penalties. We have one player in the penalty box right now. Not hearing the call. Biohazard just hears the call and she calls that off. For all that work, Twin State Derby able to put up 3 points. That was an extremely hard-fought 3 points. Good job on the defensive side for both teams, holding the jammers so hard. We are moving into the 13-minute mark, and we have an official timeout. "13 minutes left. Our current score, Twin State Derby 142. Central New York Nightmares sitting at 93 points, and we are going into Jam 11. I would like to give another shout out to all the vendors that have been here this weekend. Not only the tables, however, we have had roller derby merch, we have had Unicycle Turtle, both derby owned and operated companies, and I'll tell you, they were busy this weekend because not only are their products great, but they are mostly customizable. So if you're listening to this and you are part of a derby team that is not present here, go ahead and check them out. rollerderbymerch.com, Unicycle Turtles, sponsor leagues. So get your league sponsored by Two Turn Skate Shop by emailing them at turn2skateshop@gmail.com. And a bonus for that, if you're sponsored, you can get product discounts, which is always a win. My llama is dancing. I now have a dancing llama with a bowler in the broadcast booth. May I remind you that I have already mentioned that our broadcast booth is fairly small, so you can imagine the fun that this is with a dancing llama. For those of you who have never seen a dancing llama, let me tell you, they wear phenomenal leggings. And that whistle does signify the start of action again. Skaters are making their way back to the track. Chickadee Wallop appears that she is going to start with a power jam opportunity for Twin State Derby. And here we go. Chickadee Wallop again, starting with that power start. She is making her way into the pack, facing that free wall. Those defenders really holding their own. Hit Girl, done with her penalty, re-enters the track as well. Faces a huge number. Looks like all 4 blockers in that wall. Somehow able to make her way through that as well. Chickadee Wallop on her scoring pass. Re-enters the pack and calls it off with 3 points for Twin State Derby before Hit Girl is able to get to the back of the pack, holding the Nightmares at 0. Pale Raptor coming back up to the line for Derby. It appears she is going to be taking on number 4, Hotcakes. We have about 12 minutes left in this bout. And again, this is a rematch from a bout that they had at Siege of Central New York about a month ago. Twin State Derby was able to come out ahead at that time as well, but both teams were looking forward to this rematch. Pale Raptor through the pack, picks up lead Jammer. Hotcakes is right behind her. As soon as Pale Raptor enters the pack, she tries to call it off, gets a forearm penalty heading to the box. So rather than calling off that jam, Hotcakes is left as the sole jammer, has power jam opportunity, and picks up another 5 points. Hotcakes very, very speedy, re-enters the pack one more time on another scoring pass. Seemingly trying to call it off, forgetting the fact that she is not lead jammer. There is no lead jammer. This will go the full 2 minutes. Once she realized that, she jumped back on the track with a quickness and worked her way through the pack. Pale Raptor out of the box, and she is right behind her. Both jammers now on scoring runs, doing what they're going to try to do and just move their way through the packs. Pale Raptor being able to spin her way through the pack yet again, picking up another 5 points. Hotcakes picking up 4 for the Nightmares. And it appears the pack for Nightmares is trying to move a little bit quicker, trying to mitigate some of the damage Pale Raptor can do, but not being able to because Twin State Derby kind of slowed the entire momentum down at the back of the pack. That jam comes to its natural conclusion after 2 minutes. Twin State Derby sitting at 158. Central New York Nightmares sitting at 110. We're about 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. We are moving into Jam 13. We have White Lie about to go up against, looks like 717, which is Bertha Blue Blazes. Few whistles to start off, but nothing serious. White Lie moving forward. No pass, no penalty is assessed for Bertha Blue Blazes. White Lie gets through clean, calls it off before anybody can score a point. Scoreless jam on that one. Coming up to the line now, we have Hit Girl for the Nightmares. She's about to go against Biohazard Jess. Again, we've seen both of these jammers multiple times, and they have done some serious damage as soon as they get their lead possibilities. Very thin-looking wall for the Vixens as they had 2 blockers in the penalty box. Hit Girl taking full advantage of that and is through the pack on her scoring run. Biohazard Jess picking up a penalty going to the box. That means not only does Hit Girl have, and as I say that, she picks up a cut track as well. We'll have some jammer do-si-do, and another jam is going to go a full 2 minutes. Biohazard Jess re-enters the pack, comes up against that wall of white. Twin State Derby doing what they can to help her out, but they know Hit Girl is going to be entering the pack soon. Here she comes. And we are going to go that full 2 minutes. Biohazard just coming around the bend. Turn 2, and she has re-entered the pack, making her way through, but getting recycled. Hit Girl coming up quickly. We'll see what happens when she meets those blue defenders. A lot of momentum just ended there, and she kind of goes down. Looks like she tripped over one of those Twin State Derby blockers. That was Midnight Crasher. Biohazard just getting recycled back as well. It's another one of those situations where both jammers, even though they were able to make it through and are on scoring runs, the defensive side of the house is holding their own, doing a very good job of not only holding up jammers with braced walls, but being able to form and do one-on-one defense just as well. That jam comes to an end with Biohazard just putting up another 4 points for the Twin State Derby. Current score 162 Twin State Derby, 118 Central New York Nightmares, and we are down to 6 minutes for this bout. Coming up on the line now, we have Chickadee Wallop for the Twin State Derby going against White Lie for the Nightmares. Those of you watching, I don't have to tell you, if Chickadee Wallop gets through like she looks like she's about to, she is a very, very fast jammer, and she will be back in that pack before you can blow a whistle. White Lie finally getting through the pack. She was finished her initial pass. She is on her scoring run. Chickadee Wallop through the pack, picking up 4 quick points. White Lie able to make a quick apex jump, looking at the refs, wisely decides to call herself back in case that she did actually cross or cut track. Chickadee Wallop through for yet another 5 points for Twin State Derby. White Lie through. She picked up 4 points for the Nightmares, but Chickadee Wallop calls it off before she's able to get to the back of the pack again. Current score with about 5 minutes left, 173 for Twin State Derby, 122 for the Nightmares. I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am that I was able to be here to watch this, that I have been able to entertain you thus far, but not as much as the action on the track. Hotcakes able to make it through that Twin State Derby pack. She is on her scoring run now. Bertha Blue Blazes just able to get through the pack. We'll see Hotcakes. There's a timeout still happening, but both team skaters are meeting right back up on the line. That tells you just how much they want to get this action started yet again. They don't want to sit around for a timeout. They want to be skating, and that's about what they're going to do. Up on the line now, we have 2-1-1-2 Hit Girl for the Nightmares going against Biohazard Jess for the Twin State Derby. Biohazard Jess gets recycled all the way back, while Hit Girl makes her way through the pack, picks up lead jammer for the Nightmares. Biohazard is still being held up by those defenders, finally makes her way past the last one. Hit Girl reaches the back of the pack, has a little bit of trouble, and calls it off before Biohazard just can get there to score any points. 2 points for the Nightmares. It appears we have another timeout called by the Nightmares. Referees are confirming. And I'm going to take this opportunity to thank yet one more vendor, and actually they are the sponsor for this weekend's event, and that would be Bagel Haven in Mashpee, Mass. They're a whole new bagel experience. Let me tell you, I had one of their bagels earlier today. It was really good. I even had it cold. Usually I prefer them warmed up. I was able to just kind of bite right in, had great taste. Go ahead, check them out. That is Bagel Haven in Mashpee, Mass. They offer a variety of tasty bagel options, including a new low-carb keto bagel. Thank you, Jamie Lee Hurtis of Providence Roller Derby, for your generous donation and fueling our officials and announcers. You can check them out online at Bagel Haven Cape Cod on Facebook, or in person if you're ever at 681 Falmouth Road in Mashpee, Mass. Back to the action going on the track. Chickadee Wallop through the pack, and she is coming right back. She is your lead jammer for Twin State Derby. Makes her way through for a quick 5 points. White Lie finally able to break through. We'll see what happens here if Chickadee Wallop decides to hit it and quit it. No, she gets the call. She is told to continue skating. 4 points gets put up on the Nightmares. Another 4 points for Twin State Derby. Coaching crew for Twin State Derby looks like they might be making the decision to start draining the clock down, working this a bit. White Lie coming through, getting recycled. Chickadee Wallop still finding a problem getting through on that scoring pass again. Finally does that wall of white for another 4 points put up on Twin State board. White Lie also able to get through finally for another 4 points on her side. Both jammers pushing against that wall. Chickadee Wallop able to find a seam on the inside. Gets told by coach, it's no longer my decision. Chickadee Wallop continues to move. Finally gets the call to call it off, and does. We are sitting at 1 minute and 30 left in this bout. Timeout again for Nightmares. Our score, we are sitting Twin State Derby at 190 points, followed by the Nightmares at 140 points. Again, we only have 1 minute and 28 seconds left in this bout. This may be the last jam, depending on how they want to run it. Twin State seems like they've been wanting to run their jams a little longer in this second half. You never know. Coaches sometimes have some weird ideas going on up in there. Before we leave, I would love to give another thank you to our officials, both skating and non-skating officials. We all know they're volunteers. They come out to support Derby in every single venue. They have been phenomenal all weekend for us here at Battle of Bunker Hill Invitational, continuing to do what they do and support a great sport that we know is roller derby for both men and women leagues. 5 seconds has been called. We are about to get back to the action, which may be our last jam. We are seeing 2-1-1-2 hit girl for the Nightmares. She picked up lead jammer. The jammer for Twin State Derby still being held up by that wall of white. That is Bertha Blue Blazes 717. Hit girl about to come up to the back of the pack again, facing against a blue braced wall. Quickly demolishes that wall, moves around, skirts through for 5 points. Bertha Blue Blazes comes up to the back of the pack, also able to find a hole, picking up 4 points for her as well. Hit girl continues on. She is not going to call this jam off. She continues to move. She continues to skate. She wants to pick up her points. We've got about 30 seconds left in this jam. And both jammers, again, seem like they want to just continue skating and finish this off. Hit girl pushing against what seems like a very strong Twin State Derby wall, not giving any leeway whatsoever. While the skaters weren't going to call it out, it appears the coaching staff has something different in mind. Not only does the jam get called off, but a timeout stops the clock. We have 10 seconds left in this bout. We will have one more jam going on. Right now it is 194 for Twin State Derby, 146 for the Nightmares. Both teams are up. Twin State Derby stomping their skates. See a lot of smiles going on right now. As I said, both teams were really looking forward to this rematch. Both teams have put their hearts into not only this bout, but the entire weekend, and they are nothing but smiles right now. They know how hard they've worked for this. They deserve it. They've done a great job. That signals the time we are coming up to our last jam. And we will end this with Biohazard Just going against White Lie for the Nightmares. Again, we have 10 seconds left on the actual bout clock. That signals the start of the last jam. Biohazard Just meeting that wall. Able to find a seam on the outside called lead jammer, and she is off to the races. White Lie is right behind her. I don't think that's going to make a difference. She gets the call to call the jam off by her coaching staff. Biohazard Just calls it off. Unofficial score stands at 194 to 146. Great skating by both sides. Very strong defense scene. If you missed any of this, I do apologize. Go back and re-watch it on YouTube. Just start it over. Watch all you can, because that was a great bout. And if you are just joining us now for the Battle of Bunker Hill Invitational, realize that there has been live streaming of each and every bout that you can go back and re-watch if you missed any of the action. Your final score they just put up, we are looking at 194 for Twin State Derby, 146 for Central New York Nightmares. Join us in about 20 minutes for our final bout of the tournament. That is the Hartford Whalers taking on the Penn Jersey She-Devils. Again, my name is Q. I've been joined by Oso and a dancing llama. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Thank you for your support of roller derby overall and the Battle of Bunker Hill Invitational 2018.